you a supervisor? Get your job.
A supervisor? No.
Yeah. Like, look, I'm not feeling very well today. It's like,
So what's up, everyone? So Luca, before you went live, Slow-Mo's under the weather. I'm a little under the weather, and Luca referred to us as bums because we're not healthy. Thank you, Luca.
You know, all I can really say is sucks to suck, man. I don't know.
No sympathy from Luca, huh?
No.
No bueno. All right, so welcome everyone to another episode of. Oh, look, we lost a viewer right away.
They don't have any tolerance for people not being sick.
Yeah, they heard we were sick. They dropped out quick.
Oh, they probably saw that I was on and was like, "Nah, man, I'm good on that."
Yeah, you got that one fan who continues.
Oh man,
I
not like
his
this.
Name. What's his name?
I don't remember the names of losers. Sorry.
He said some crazy stuff in the comment section.
He doesn't deserve to have his name shouted out.
Yeah. No, he really doesn't, Slow-Mo. He really doesn't. So, we got 5 viewers now. Look at that. All right, we're moving up. So,
Slow-Mo, post this in the Discord and add everyone to let them know we're both on.
Yeah, Slow-Mo.
Cool.
Listen to your mom.
Oh man.
My child. Oh my goodness. So
you're all my sons. Facts.
Wow.
This is not true for the people who take that and run. It's not true at all.
People are gonna believe it, man. It's gonna happen.
Oh my god, you watch what's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, bro.
No, you know what? Luca's right. I bet you people are gonna on DM right now on Twitter, like, "Oh my god, did you listen to Brap? Luca is Slow-Mo's mom." Oh my goodness, Luca, welcome back to Brap, by the way.
Yes, thank you for having me. You know, Scumcast crew in. We represent. You know what's up, fam? What's up?
Oh yeah, always great to have you on and have you on prior to E3 too. By the way, E3 is going to kick off. Actually kicked off today. Sony dropped a big megaton. We'll get to that. I'm being sarcastic, by the way, for some of you knew what I'm talking about. But real quick, guys, hot off the presses, not official, but kind of official. I think when Jason Schreier typically reports something, it's probably true. Looks like Crackdown 3 has been delayed, or is going to be delayed till 2019. Anyone have any thoughts on this? Comments?
Yeah, I think it's great. I'd rather have a game that, works and has some content instead of a broken, buggy game or a bug with a lack of content. It's pretty simple.
Luca, all games have bugs, though. You have to understand this.
Bro, we're not doing this. Not tonight.
Hey, and by the way, Luca, if you think you could do a better job developing games...
man, not like this, bro. It isn't going to be like this.
Oh boy, the stuff that I read sometimes just makes me say, "What the fuck?" So, yeah, I agree with you, Luca. What about you, Slow-Mo? What are your thoughts, man?
Well, as soon as Aaron Greenberg came out and said, so all this controversy, all these rumors, the speculation was coming out about Crackdown 3, and the only thing that he dispelled was, yeah, it's not canceled. I'm like, but wait, that's it. That's all you gotta say. You never say nothing else. I mean, then I knew it's definitely delayed to next year. It's just a matter of time of when they're going to announce it. I don't know why they wouldn't announce it then, because I mean, it's already a topic of conversation. You might as well just come out and tell us. I mean, I didn't know whether they were going to wanted to show some of it at E3, and they didn't want to bring it down, as E3 is about to come up. But I mean, for it to all come out now, it's just like they should have just said it weeks ago, and it wouldn't have been that big a deal.
Yep, just get in front of it, man.
Yep.
The longer you wait, the worse it looks.
Do you think this is something that they should have come out and said officially instead of Jason
came out at the beginning of the year? Just deaded it before that. They made a big deal out of it, and then just move on, man. Why wait right before E3 or announce it that E3 is going to be delayed?
I mean, it seems to be their forte when it comes to bad news, kind of like how Jeff Keighley announced that the X was going to be 500.
Yeah,
and he did kind of put them out there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. This shit's gonna break your wallet.
You know, they have a real messaging, marketing, communication issues, and you know it's weird because they are the most vocal. Say what?
I said we just lost 3 subs for being critical of Microsoft. I'm sorry.
But no, look, they're the most vocal in social media out of all the major platform holders. They're the most vocal, yet they're the worst at it. It just don't you think at like some point practice and experience will actually lead to some good decisions? Just what are you doing?
Well, my thing is, right, and I have a big problem with this actually, is that I feel like they spend way too much time on social media, and it's kind of a testament. It's like they're so busy on social media, they're not actually doing their fucking jobs. Like, come on. The only person who should be talking on social media is Aaron Greenberg, because that is his job. Phil Spencer needs to shut the fuck up. Mikey Barr needs to shut the fuck up. All of us need to be quiet. Because Phil has said things years prior,
as well.
Prior, right? And then it's like people take those tweets from years ago, not understanding that things change, and they hold it against them. And it's like, well, I mean, clearly that's not the case. Yeah, 2017 shaping up to be our best year yet. Okay, all right.
Ash and Luca, everybody.
Yes,
bringing it hard to the paint.
Lucas Rant's been brought to you by Boar's Head Meats, by the way.
Oh man.
You can find Boar's Head in your local grocery store.
Boar's Head just texted me like, who's this Ashen person?
Yeah, who's this Ashen person?
Going in. She's going in.
I'm telling you, I am going to tweet at Boar's Head and be like, hey, look, y'all need to sign this up, man. We need a advertising deal or something.
Get Boar's Head on the Scumcast. Be perfect.
Oh yeah.
Hey, big shout out to everyone in the live chat. Chicken Spaghetti said, hey, it's Thanga Banga season. This is true, I guess. I think.
What? It's what season?
Thanga Banga.
You're not hitting.
What is happening?
Banga.
Banga. Okay, I heard that completely wrong. You know what? Look, I'm on medication. So
what did you hear?
I don't want to say what I heard. It was
you a nasty slimmer. Hey, Luca, get your son in check.
I don't know him.
Look, we gonna stop calling this. Luca is not my mama or my daddy or whatever. I am like a good teenage child amount of years older than you.
Someone's like, I'm a whole child ahead of her.
You don't have to be in denial, man. I know you're going through your rebellious stage, but it's
my god! Oh man!
Wow! That's hilarious. Everyone in the live chat is tweeting Boar's Head Meat now. Justice said Boar's Head Meat is good stuff, yo.
It is, man. This is some good. Well, look, I don't want to say it. It's a good product. I'm not
you want to say that's some good meat.
Oh the jerk chicken flavored turkey is on point.
Oh my goodness. Sam, what's up? Sam is I'm confused by Sam's comments in the comment section. What is he?
He's talking in code.
Talking in code.
Yeah.
He's looking up Crackdown 3 and he's finding nothing there.
He put parse Crackdown 3 delayed rumor, and then I don't know, Sam. I hope you're well. Oh, okay. So
no, he's saying I'm in a way there's no big surprise that Crackdown 3 has been delayed again.
Yeah. I don't think we're all surprised. I agree with everyone pretty much. I think we're all in agreement here on this panel that it's better to delay it than release it broken or with issues. The game hasn't shown well. I mean, I think the last time we saw it was it at San Diego Comic-Con when the guy was picking his nose.
Yep. No, he didn't pick his nose. He didn't pick his nose. Well, he put the microphone in his nose and then handed it back to the Star Wars chick, and she started talking on it.
Gotcha.
That's when I knew this is officially off the rails. And then the next segment, Major Nelson was not on camera, so he must have been back.
Yeah, he want to go get a drink after that, man.
Letting people know he is not with this bullshit.
Major Nelson was at the bar. He's like, hey,
Major's like, this is off the rails. Like, come on, y'all. So, but yeah, with that delay, if they're gonna pump some more dough into it, make it the game, because I'm guessing this is the reason why it was delayed, or unless they're definitely got some problems with it. But let me ask you this: when it comes back finally after this last delay, and they release it, this has to be like on point, right?
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, you've delayed it twice. It's been delayed for 2 years. It better be a good game, and it better not be buggy, and it better be a good experience. It better be the best Crackdown there is. So, I'm not much of the cell shaded art direction. I think that's very last gen. I'm hoping that they've done something with the visuals, which is I'm hoping that's part of the reason why it keeps getting delayed. I'm hoping the single player campaign, that portion of the game is different. I don't really care too much for the gameplay loop, where you just go around and you have a gang to take out and you just kind of systematically take them out. Then you go to the next area and do the same thing. That's another like, not outdated, but just an old gameplay loop from last gen. It's the same kind of thing that Infamous used to be.
You know what, Slow-Mo? If you think you can do a better job, you try.
Yeah, I should be a developer if
so was it go make the game that you want?
Yeah, go make a game you want.
People are quick to throw you out if you're not saying what people want to hear. That sounds awfully familiar to like Jim Crow laws.
Damn.
Ooh.
I'm on medication like Slow-Mo. Sorry, y'all.
I was like, whoa, wait a minute, Jim Crow.
Definitely can't co-sign that, buddy.
Like, Jim Crow.
I was like, yeah, we don't.
You have a bad day at work today, E? You have a run-in with the feds? What's going on, man?
He took it all the way there.
My bad.
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock? I'm like, what?
Well, we were just watching some civil rights stuff a couple weeks ago in school, so.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Sam, by the way, he's talking full on code right now. I don't know what's going on in the live chat, but all right. We also have some other big Microsoft news, guys, and I think we talked about Microsoft last week, and I think B, you've mentioned this quite a bit on this podcast, and I think on Tick as well. That Microsoft historically has kind of been reliant on second, third party exclusives. And not necessarily owning studios or some of these IPs, but it looks like they're going to be buying Playground Studios. From what I guess that's the it's not official, but it sounds like that's something that's potentially be announced at E3. And B, what are your thoughts of this, man? Because I know, like I said, you've been kind of critical about them, relying or being reliant on second, third party exclusives.
I mean, I think it's a good acquisition, if it's true. Playground is definitely proven to put out quality products. So, it's been heavily rumored that they're working on the next Fable game. And if all of this is true and it all lines up, it's feather in the cap for Microsoft, because it's definitely the direction that they need to go in. Their developers need to be developing more than one franchise at a time. And if Playground continues to put out the Forza Horizon series and Fable, then that just lets you know that all their other big players should be doing the same thing. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, this is, part of their big news at E3, and we'll see how it rolls out from there.
Yeah. Luca, any thoughts on this?
Not really, to be honest. Seems like something they should have done years ago, but whatever.
All right. What about you, Slow-Mo?
I like it. I actually... It really encouraged me about Microsoft's potentially about Microsoft's future, because it shows that they're starting to. You. Well, yeah, encouraged me because I'm encouraged about their direction a little bit.
Luca's so savage, bro.
Yo, Luca is savage.
I just don't. This whole living off hopes and dreams, man.
I'm not living off of hopes and dreams. Let's stop that for a second.
But what have they shown us? I'm confused. Yeah, they bought Playground. What does that even mean? Okay.
Okay, so if you let me finish, let me explain why I say that. I say that because in the past they have had independent developers that they didn't own who were exclusive to them, and then they ended up losing them, like BioWare, for instance. And so in this case, this is getting ahead of it with a developer who's never made a bad game, and their last game was their best game and the best game that Microsoft has had on their platform this generation. You should do what you can to make sure that they stay with you and you don't continue to make the same bad mistakes. So that's what I'm encouraged about. It seems like they are starting to learn that, you know, the mistakes we made before, we can learn from that and not make those mistakes again. Not necessarily saying this is like this is great. Xbox is back. It's just this is a good decision, and I'm glad they did it before someone swooped down like Activision and purchased Playground, and now their next game is a multiplayer.
No, I see what you're saying, man. I see what you're saying. I mean, they're a proven developer. I mean, they make what's it called, Forza
Horizon.
Thank you, Forza Horizon, and so that's another I guess notch under their belt of talented studios that they can have under their roof. And I get what you're saying because like the previous console generation with BioWare, and actually even before that on the OG Xbox, where BioWare was putting out exclusive content on the Xbox.
Public, Jade Empire.
Yeah, and they were flirting. They were flirting with each other in terms of Microsoft potentially buying BioWare. It just never happened.
Yeah.
But it's something that almost happened. So I get what you're saying. E-Money, man, what are your thoughts, bro?
I'm kind of in the camp like with Slow Mo. Like I think it's a good foundation. Where it goes, well, it remains to be seen. I know rumored they're supposed to be working on the next Fable game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so honestly, I think it's something that fans have been asking them to do for like a long time, and I guess they finally went ahead and did it. They kind of needed to do it. Yeah, they're definitely a proven developer as far as they can make a damn fine racing game. So now it's kind of like see what else they can do, you know, and I mean, we're in a generation where we've seen developers who were known for one thing turn around and make a great game, completely different, so we have to, I think it'd be good to sit back and let them have that chance to do that. I mean, we saw that with Guerrilla and Horizon Zero Dawn, coming out of Killzone, right? Yeah. So it can only be a good thing, but I'm with Slow Mo too. Yeah, it's definitely not one of those things where, you're on the mountaintop, like it's all baby, but it's a foundation like to build on. So
yeah,
hopefully, hopefully this means they're going to start putting these things in place where people can start creating and going with their ideas and not just pigeonhole them to the core franchises. Cause I know a lot of times, you'll see on Twitter, like Xbox gamers are always asking you to go back to all the old franchises, which there are some that they could definitely revisit, but you also want to give some of these developers a chance to bring a new idea to the table and take that chance on it.
Yeah, I agree. And I also, I don't know how this Fable game is going to look, but I would like to see, outside of just like the world of, what was it called, Albion or something like that? Albion, the world of Albion. Now, of course, it should be rooted in that, but I would like to see Playground just, do their own take on it. They don't have to do everything just the way Lionhead did. I don't want, Playground's version of Lionhead Studios is Fable. I want their Fable. If that means changing the combat completely, changing the camera angles of where, instead of like that far back camera angle, but a little bit closer, if that means, having some different things going on in the story, but it's still Fable. And it's still that whole, if you die when you respawn, you have a permanent scar on your body kind of stuff that Fable used to have. Like, keep some of those core things that are a part of Fable, but then, let this be, let that company show their talent and do what they can do, because if you purchase them, you obviously have confidence in their abilities, and let them go out there and do it.
Right. So what you're saying is you don't want the big head, bug-eyed people with the oversized weapons?
Nah.
Is that what you're saying, Slow Mo?
Pretty much.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
All right.
Pretty much what he's saying. Sam actually brings up a good point. He said they bought one of the only game devs with 2 studios still in the market who've been hiring from Ninja Theory, Rockstar North, Guerrilla Games, and CD Projekt Red. So that's true. I mean, they've been hiring a lot of people from some very talented studios. So this could maybe pan out. We'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. So.
Yeah, I heard they hired the person that worked on the combat from Hellblade with Ninja Theory. So I mean, some people like the combat, some people don't, but that combat style, I'm down with it, and especially if you add in like the magic that is a part of Fable, I think that would be pretty awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, like, you got to start somewhere, and I know like Playground is a studio that we know, but sometimes you stay with the person you brought to the dance,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a great point. Real quick, guys. So Sony dropped some huge E3 news today. Big megaton, if you guys didn't catch this earlier.
I had to step out of class, man. I said, hold on, y'all. I'll be right
back. Big news, guys. This is huge. I mean, this is huge. Huge.
One more time.
This is huge. It's going to be special. It's going to be a special game.
All right, Trump.
Yeah, right. Tetris is coming to VR, PlayStation VR. And no one's excited. No. Anyone? No.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. I thought it was cool. I actually thought it was kind of a cool announcement.
Yeah, we know you were trying to sell us on it in the DM today.
No. I was just saying it's Tetris. It's cool in VR. That's all I said. I wasn't like, just gonna sell PSVRs off the store shelves.
Ricky's like, I'm at Best Buy right now.
Yeah, I'm at Best Buy right now. No, it's not. Who asked me the DM if I was going to go out and buy PSVR today because of the
Tetris?
Me. That was no, not going to do it. I don't have interest in PlayStation VR right now. I just don't. So, but no, I thought it was a cool announcement though. I mean, I think that's look, it's not like a megaton or anything. I think Sony, when Sony announced they're going to announce some pre E3 stuff, I expected something along like this, like maybe like an indie or something VR related. So, but yeah, I think it's cool.
I think that's where people kind of got it confused. They thought there was going to be like megatons in these announcements. It's just like, no. They've announced that there was no pre-E3 show this year, and this is kind of their rollout for pre-E3. Couple days, one announcement each day. Nothing big, nothing major, but this is stuff that's going to be on the platform. So, you got to take it for what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you're giving it to like a proven, producer, designer, to kind of play with for, PSVR. So
excuse me. Yeah. What's the guy behind Rez? I forgot his name.
Was it Tetsuya Mizuguchi? Something like that.
I have no idea, man. I have no idea. So, but so I thought it was cool. So that was the huge E3 pre-E3 news today. So, Slim, are you gonna go out and buy PSVR now?
No, absolutely not.
Why not?
Because one, I don't like PSVR. I don't like VR. I don't think VR is ready yet. I think VR is probably another like for it to really become a mainstream thing. It's like a generation or two away. I'm not really into it, and I stopped playing Tetris when I was like 10. So, I wasn't really feeling it, and I didn't think the announcement it is, and I didn't think they really needed to. I understand, you want to, like kind of some build up stuff right into your Monday presentation, but Forte says I don't buy.
Doesn't buy anything.
I buy way too many games. Okay, that's a fact. I buy way too many games, but I'm not buying this one.
Lucas, does Slow-Mo buy games?
Yes, he does.
He does. Yeah. Okay.
I buy.
He buys a lot of games. He was telling me he was going to cut back, and then he went and bought another game. So I don't know what's wrong with him, man.
Yes, it's a habit. I need an intervention or something, man.
Hey, slow real quick. I want to interrupt you real quick because Manny G on the live chat says at least it's coming for their system and not Dave and Buster's. Savage, man.
Savage, bro.
So savage.
Wow, yo.
All right, guys.
But it's funny because like I'm on Twitter and I'm seeing like some not big time, but like some pretty known Sony fanboys were not very happy with that announcement, and they just got smacked down by the whole Pony Coalition. They were just like, "What are you doing? You are speaking ill of the greatness. You can't do that. Didn't you read our bylaws? You can't say nothing negative about Sony on social media." It was like, oh my gosh, it's like, are they going to excommunicate these bylaws? It was crazy.
How dare you?
It was wild. I was like, man, some of these like known ponies about to get excommunicated. They're about to be Nintendo dudes. So it was wild, man. I was just like, man, you know, these fanboys are vicious.
Jeez, like that, really?
Yeah, they're all nuts in my opinion. It's kind of crazy to me. It's kind of like I saw some people. I really saw people actually hyping Tetris, and I was like, this is baffling to me.
It's wild out here.
Wait, what? But Luca, how are they hyping? Like AAA hype? Like,
oh my god, I'm so excited for this. This is the greatest thing ever. I'm like, okay, well.
I mean, I'm excited that like Tetris is coming to VR.
Bro, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. If this announcement was on Xbox, I know you especially would have something negative to say. So
no, I wouldn't say anything negative.
Bro.
Like, I don't care what platform it was on.
No, it's Tetris. The point is,
I still play Tetris to this day. Yeah. Like, I bought the shitty ass Ubisoft version of Tetris that came out on this generation's platform, which was trash. You know what I mean? It's probably the worst version of Tetris.
Dude,
you know
it's
Tetris. I played the Puyo Puyo Tetris on Switch.
Like,
you know what I mean? Like, I get busy with Tetris because it's a mind game.
This is absolutely baffling to me.
To play Tetris. So.
But see, Luca, because you didn't like for us, like Tetris is like
Tetris growing up. Okay.
It's not the same though.
So, because I got so your argument is it's okay to give me your argument. Let's hear.
I don't have an argument. You said that I would bash it on Xbox, and I'm like, no, I wouldn't.
No, she's about to go on those receipts.
Oh no, I wouldn't do something.
yes. I'll be right back. Like 5 minutes later, with like a 5-minute clip of me saying something.
Ooh, boy, Luca had that lawyer voice on just now. Like, I'm about to go on these receipts.
Listen, it's Tetris.
Well, no, I'm not saying like it's a big, like I'm saying I'm excited because it's cool that a game like Tetris, that it has, for me, like it's one of those games I grew up playing. There's some sentimental like value to me for Tetris because it's one of those games that like challenges your mind. And before there were games like Rez or other like these puzzle games that we played, there was Tetris. I mean, I played Tetris on the Game Boy. You guys remember that? That was when Tetris came out on the Game Boy. Yeah, that was huge.
And glorious spinach green.
Yes, exactly. And spinach green.
My issue with this thing is that it's Tetris.
Yep.
Like, this is Tetris. You're literally putting blocks together. It's Tetris. This shouldn't have even gotten a huge announcement at all. It shouldn't have gotten
it wasn't a huge announcement. No. It was 5 minutes.
It wasn't a huge announcement. They didn't go out there go out on stage and say, you know, Tetris is coming to VR today.
It was the only PlayStation announcent today. They put out a statement saying we're putting out this announcement.
Yeah, they told us we're gonna have, and they went all over social media talking about how they're going to have a new announcement each day, and this is the first announcement. So usually the first one is the one that's going to get the most attention, right? Because when you do something like that,
most attention.
No, because when you first start,
it's always the first one. It's always the first one. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The last one, it is.
They get the most attention.
All right.
Well, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying because. When you're talking about we're going to do 5 days of announcements of games going into E3, people are going to pay attention. That's going to be the first one. And whether it's compelling or not depends on how long they continue to pay attention for the 5 days. But that first one is the first one they're going to take a look at and be like, oh, okay, let's see what you bring into the table. And you bring out Tetris, man. Look. They could have kept that joint on the E3 floor for the show goers to go take a look at and whatnot. That should not have been. Of course, I'm glad they didn't bring that to the show because man, that was in their press conference. But beyond that, that didn't like bring a different VR game out there. Show me something that like will compel me, someone who is a PlayStation owner but not a VR owner, to get a PSVR. Tetris ain't gonna do it. You're gonna have to give me something else, something that's on the level of like, a Resident Evil 7 that's in VR. Like do something like that, or just show like a AA game that's going to be, like a sleeper hit, something that no one else is. Like I remember when Until Dawn was at E3, no one knew about it because it wasn't on the press conference, and it was only really seen at the show. And all the people who played the show was like, this game is going to be great. It was a sleeper hit, but like a game that's on the level of Until Dawn, like a new IP that's going to be really good. That's the kind of stuff I think they should put within these 5 days before E3. Not Tetris.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the way they made it sound was like, okay, it's going to be something banging, and it's Tetris. And it's cool that people are excited about it. The whole, I grew up with it, it's my childhood. But people grew up with Halo, Gears, and Forza, and it's kind of like they get bashed for being excited for that. So I'm a bit baffled, to be perfectly honest. Like I liked Porter Rock's post about it, saying something, if it was like 4K Minesweeper, people would be losing their minds if it was coming out on the X. And I agree with him. It's Tetris. Like it's Tetris. Like come on.
Console exclusive. Minesweeper. Native 4K 60.
Like, do you guys have VR?
No, I don't have VR.
I don't.
Wait, so who does?
I do.
B Money does.
All right, so you're gonna pick up Tetris?
I was gonna pick it up regardless. It's Tetris.
Okay.
I'm not gonna play it in environments. I'll play it just on the standard version because you can play it, not playing it in VR. So I was gonna pick it up regardless.
Yeah, Hussein says the part of the excitement is that the guy that made Rez, who apparently he's got a cult following. That's part of the excitement too that people are having with this particular version of Tetris, because of the guy that made Rez is making this particular version. So
I don't know, guys. If CD Projekt Red was making Monopoly, I wouldn't be super hype about it. So,
I might be hyped to play a girl character.
I don't know.
People was hyped for Gwent though. Like it's the same thing. You can say the same thing about Gwent. You know what I mean? People was hyped for that when they announced it.
People were hyped for Gwent because they played Gwent in the game.
Exactly, and people are hyped for Tetris because people have been playing Tetris their whole life.
Okay, well
what difference is that?
Okay, how about this? Right? So B's the only one on the panel that has PSVR, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now the rest of us. Are the rest of us getting a PSVR after seeing that announcement?
But the game isn't just played in PSVR. That's the whole thing. It's a PlayStation 4 game that you could play in PSVR.
I don't care if you're hyped for Tetris. I care if you're hyped for Tetris and you're also bashing Xbox and Xbox gamers for being excited for their trash ass exclusives that they have.
Yeah, and there was a significant number of ponies on Twitter who I've seen bashing Microsoft showing Minecraft at E3, and yet they were defending that. I'm like,
like that is my only concern. If you're excited for Tetris, I really don't care. It's the double standard that I care about.
Yeah, that's the world we live in. We have every day there's like a new double standard out there, a new narrative,
it's
a new goalpost.
I just personally, I don't get it because it's like if I'm being like a hypocrite or in some way, I will like acknowledge it as I continue being a hypocrite. Like I acknowledge it. I'm like, yeah, I'm a piece of shit for doing this, but I'm still gonna do it. But everyone else is like, you point it out and then they get super defensive. They move the goalposts and then they just start making up crazy shit to justify what they're doing. Like they weren't bashing the exact same thing on a different platform. It's crazy to me. I don't understand how people can be in so much denial about their personality quirks and like what they're doing on social media. It's very odd.
All right.
It's been odd like from day one though. Because I mean, like I said, there's like a new narrative, especially now. It seems like there's a new narrative every week.
Yeah.
And we've been dealing with the goalpost moving. I mean, couple years ago, it was, Sony has a sparse lineup, and Xbox dudes were going in because they had the exclusives at the time, and now the roles have shifted and flip flopped, and Xbox has no games, and the Sony guys we got all these. It goes back and forth.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, I'll give you one guarantee. By Friday, you'll have another narrative.
Yeah. Well, I'm just happy that I haven't been in the community for years, experiencing this and being one of the people making shit up and moving the goalposts and being a hypocrite and lying and just, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't get it. I've never really experienced this kind of, actually, that's not true. I have experienced this kind of mass hysteria before, but it's still weird to me because it's a bunch of grown men who seem like completely unaware of what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you were around probably like 5 years ago, because I came in post a lot of the really insane stuff myself, so I get where you're coming from because I've heard stories. I've heard about Enrique back in the day.
I was
right, Enrique.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I was talking to All Day, and I was like, thank God I came in post most of the nonsense because I'm cool with a lot of the people who are doing and saying the crazy shit, and I'm like, man, this would definitely be a different relationship if I had joined years prior and not now because goddamn. And I even see people I'm cool with now saying just insane things, completely illogical. And I find it baffling. I was completely baffled all day today, the different narratives. And it's just kind of it's crazy how people's perception of things can be completely off base from reality and facts. They will, it's like they have a veil over their eyes. And then the facts is right in front of them and they'll completely just ignore it. And I'm like, what's happening here? It's fine to have different opinions. I don't care about arguing opinions, but it's if you're stating an objective fact and then they deny it, it's what's going on? Are you okay? What's happening here? I'll never understand it.
Luca, welcome to Twitter.
Yeah, I hope that I plan on being out of here soon. So
it doesn't.
If you follow the DNA code of it, usually at the end of the string you find like platform loyalty. It's usually the thing.
That's exactly what it is.
That's usually what puts the blinder on somebody. It's they can't see beyond. It's the logic goes because the need now is to defend. I always kind of look at it as a little kid inside of them driving the truck.
Mm-hmm.
And it's protecting their old nostalgia and this and that. So if they feel you're attacking that, then it's a defense.
Oh man, people get really defensive if you talk about games they like. It's weird to me because people have talked shit about me to my face, talking about Dark Souls being trash and me being trash for playing Dark Souls. And I'm like, okay. People talk shit to my face about Destiny 2 being trash and me being trash for playing Destiny 2. I'm like, okay. I don't get all emotional and worked up because someone doesn't like a game I like or someone's bashing me for playing a game. I'm just whatever. Because most of the time I can point out, most of the time I can point out them playing something that it's you're saying you don't like this game because of XYZ, yet you're playing this game over here because of XYZ, the same XYZ. Doesn't make any sense to me. So I let that shit roll off my shoulders. I don't get worked up or defensive if you're bashing a game I like. Who gives a shit? It's a fucking video game.
That's normal. That's normal behavior. I never understand anybody who gets so in their feelings and they block you on Twitter because they don't agree with what you're saying about a game. I feel you could almost say something about someone's mother, and not get the reaction you would get if you diss their platform of choice.
Facts.
Yeah.
Or diss an executive.
Dude, I tell you, we lose views because people say we're too harsh on Microsoft. We lose some subs. I've had people tell me that.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. Sensitivity.
It's just not normal behavior. To me, like Louis said, there's nothing you can say about an exec, a game, a platform that's gonna make me trigger to the point where I'm like, you know what, man, fuck you, and I'm blocking you. If you get personal, that's different, and we can debate all day, and debates can be heated. I've had, my best friends who are gamers, we get in heated debates.
But I've cursed out Slow-Mo all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
you curse out your son.
Yeah.
You can go back and forth on that kind of stuff, but getting people get bent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Remember the old Madden 2K debates?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
Madden is trash.
Madden
is. complete trash.
Yeah, Madden definitely went trash when they bought that license out, or bought the NFL license because they didn't want to compete anymore with 2K.
It's such an EA thing to do, isn't it?
and the day that happened, I'll never forget the day that happened. I was like, "Oh, Madden's about to be straight garbage."
Yeah. It was crazy too because it was like the year before 2K had the game was like twice the game Madden was, and Madden hadn't fixed any of the completely illogical and weird AI issues that it didn't really resemble real football in Madden at the time. And so the very next year 2K Madden was always sell way more than 2K because it's quote unquote Madden.
Yeah.
And then they dropped their price down to $20. This was it was the smartest move one of the smartest moves I've seen.
Dude, people thought they were being punked. They're like, is that a price error?
Nope, $20. They were so confident in their product, and it was superior to Madden. They dropped it down to $20, and they launched 3 weeks early. So it was look, it's $20. Give it a shot. I guarantee you, it's better than Madden. And people gave it a shot, and it was like, oh my god!
It actually reviewed much better than Madden too.
The presentation was great. Everything was great about it.
The craziest EA was like, "Nope, we ain't doing this."
The craziest part about that though is that entire year. That's what they did with all their sports franchises. And that's the reason why NBA 2K is so popular today, because it outshined Live after that, and Live has been struggling ever since.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, no, it really did. It really did. Yeah. Someone in the live chat said, "Imagine Destiny
crazy with the microtransactions after that." Because 2K, good grief.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody in the live chat said, "Imagine Destiny in VR." I'm like, I don't want to imagine Destiny in VR. I'd throw up. I'd probably get motion sickness.
You know what? I'm feeling sick just thinking about how much Activision would charge me for Destiny in VR.
All right, so let's get to Destiny 2 because
that's a segue.
So that's a great segue, actually. So, drum roll. Destiny 2. We got Bungie shut off the new, I guess their next big DLC, which is called Foresaken. What do you guys think of the name Foresaken?
I like it.
Yeah, seems kind of cool. Yeah. Did you guys watch the live stream?
I did.
I did not. I tried to watch. I tried to go back on YouTube and watch it today, but I didn't get a chance.
Yeah, I watched part of it. I was a little busy, so I was watching it and then kind of doing a couple things. So,
yeah. So, so real quick, if you didn't catch it, they show the setting. They're gonna reveal more of give some more details at E3. But we did learn that the game is, I guess it's focused on a bunch of guys that got locked up by Cade or something.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sam said Destiny 2 expensive boogaloo.
we'll get to the price. So,
sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, Bungie is a bunch of bad guys that break out of jail, or some kind of prison of some sorts. It's supposed to be like Pirate Fallen or something. So it's not exactly new antagonists or anything like that. It's a tribe of Pirate Fallen that's led by a number of barons. Which I don't know. I was like, okay, I guess that's okay. I guess I don't know. Are you guys getting tired of the same enemies in Destiny now?
Oh yes, please. Can we fight something else?
Yeah.
It
almost looks like with the Cabal in Destiny 2, when we first picked up Destiny 2 and they introduced the Cabal. There was it was the Cabal, but there was newer characters. That seems like what this is like too, with the Fallen. So just variations of what we're used to. No new subclass. I mean,
comments in the chat are hilarious.
What'd you say?
I said these comments in the chat are hilarious about Destiny.
Oh my god! I don't know. I gotta go to the chat now.
Destiny should have fanboys as enemies.
Who keeps calling it the annual pass? Oh, the annual pass. No, Crystal Elite says that my 31st birthday's coming up, and I'll get my wife to buy me the Destiny 2 anal pass. All right. So, all right. So we did get a fourth Guardian class. I think that was something that was rumored actually. I want to say that Cognito talked about this on ILP a couple weeks ago, where there was a rumor. Do you guys remember that? I thought there was like a rumor there was going to be a fourth Guardian class. Well, anyhow, there's no fourth Guardian class. That's not happening. What were you saying, B?
I heard that rumor, but I would think that they would probably hold that until Destiny 3 comes out.
Yeah, that probably makes sense. So we saw new Warlock Arc and Void Supers. We saw the Hunters having exploding solar knives. What appear to be Void Blades too. Titans have this huge like two-handed hammer. God, what else did they show? Oh, the new bow weapons I thought were pretty cool. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
I did see
busy with that bow, man.
Yeah, they look pretty badass. What else? I'm trying to think what else they're bringing. Bungie mentioned they're bringing back, I guess some of the random rolls for the guns. But they didn't get too much detail about that. There's also a new.
They brought back the weapon progression too, which is huge.
Yeah, they did bring that back. Yeah.
So I have
weapon slots. So
I have a question.
Put any weapon in any slot, which is dope.
How much of the stuff that they're like coming out with is stuff that was from Destiny 1 that they just took out?
Some of the stuff is from Destiny 1 they took out. Like, what's the part? I think the rolls came from Destiny 1, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you mean the RNG with the weapons?
Yeah, the random like weapon rolls. That was Destiny 1, right?
Yep, that was Destiny 1, and they took that out for Destiny 2.
Yeah, so that's coming back. The weapon slotting. So you can keep Destiny 2's primary system if you want. You can go back to Destiny 1's primary system. So they're bringing that back. I think that's it because I don't think there's anything else other than them talking about there's like a new game mode called Gambit.
The game mode looks like it might.
You know what? I'm trying to be nice. Gaming Forte asked me to be nice.
Don't be nice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be nice. Look, I'm not getting this expansion this fall. And even if I wanted the expansion this fall, the sheer fact that I have to spend so much money just to get the game back to Destiny 1 gets me a little ticked. But the fact that I have to spend money on that complete dog trash Osiris DLC, that I got to spend money on the Season Pass 1 content just to play the Foresaken DLC. Come on. God, I'm not spending all this money. That's essentially is more than what a full price game is for an expansion.
They want you to experience it all slow mo.
Yeah, they want you to experience it all.
Hold on. Okay, so this is what really irks me. Okay, so Bungie and Activision are in a place with their community and the gaming community as a whole. The gaming community as a whole doesn't like Destiny 2, but they're in a place with the Destiny community that isn't good. Way worse than the way it was with Destiny 1. Now, other games that had issues in their game development and they were able to get their community back, they were able to get gamers back. Think about like The Division, Rainbow Six Siege, all these different games. How did they do that? They removed barriers to entry, so that, like, for instance, the division had the West Side Piers update. Biggest update of the entire game is free. So anyone who already owned the game and said, "No, that game was trash. I ain't like it. It was too buggy and it had no end game," Now it's like you have no excuse not to just boot it up and see what it is. That's how you get people back. You don't get people back by overcharging them. Why is this DLC charge so high? And I know this happened with Destiny 1, but this is a different situation than Destiny 1 because you're trying to get people back. So you should actually be trying to do things that actually incentivize me playing the game and not me saying, you know what, that is yet another reason why I'm not going to play the game. Take CD Projekt Red with The Witcher, and they didn't have any issues. But even not having any issues, they had a humongous expansion that was $10.
Yeah.
Freaking dollars.
They sure did.
Bungie going around lying to their gamers about the experience they getting. They have betrayed their gamers' trust, and this is how you show us that you've changed. Now you haven't changed at all. You just want that money. That's what it's all about. You just want us to pay that money. That's why when the people who didn't get the season pass, like me, still have to pay season pass money just to get back to where everyone else is going to be this fall. So either way, you want to get paid. So and then the only way that I'm not going to have to pay that kind of money and have it bundled in with Foresaken the way it was bundled in on the Taken King is if I wait till like December or 2019 to get it. So now I'm also being penalized for not, dealing with your bullshit. Sorry. I'm not down for that. Bungie, you can take your ball and go home because I'm not paying. So, yeah.
They basically turned the game. Well, they basically turned this into Destiny 2 to a subscription game, more or less, right? But if you break it down per month, it's about $3 a month.
I think for Slow-Mo, and a lot of people, it's more about the principle.
Yeah.
I don't think that, a lot of people, I mean, especially if you're a hardcore member in the community, money's not really an issue because you buy games left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Slow-Mo was just talking about how he's been spending too much money on games and still goes out and buy more. But I think it's about the principle. I think it's about people who feel betrayed and hurt because they do love Destiny. And Bungie just seems like they care about the money. And, I mean, I'm getting Foresaken, but I'm getting it for $15. And I didn't pay for the season pass. It was gifted to me. So overall, I'm only spending $75 for what I'm getting, and that's $75 for 240 plus hours. And yeah, that's great for me. But I feel like maybe if I was like, I like Destiny 2 a lot, but maybe if I was more of a fan and maybe if I was with the first game and went on this journey like you guys have, I'd feel more passionately about it. But as far as I see it, it's kind of like I can understand both sides. I've had people come to me saying, hey, you know what? Like, it's only $160 and I'm putting 1,000 plus hours into it. It's not that big of a deal. And it's like, that's fine. It's completely fine. But for some people who've also put 1,000 plus hours into Destiny 1 and 2, they care and they think it's wrong. And that's their prerogative. But it's also your prerogative to not pay attention to the people criticizing the game, because in my opinion, it does deserve to be criticized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think you bring up a great point. I think it really at the end of the day comes down to, what's okay with each individual consumer. Like Slow-Mo is not necessarily excited with, and I understand your point, Slow-Mo, why you wouldn't be excited with having to pay. What is a Forsaken? What is it? $70 if you get Forsaken and the annual pass bundle together. Yeah, or you can buy it by itself for $35.
Like that. Yeah, definitely more than a full price game goes for today.
Exactly, and then you have to have the previous DLC to have access to the Forsaken stuff, which you have to buy if you haven't bought it already. And then there's a question of, the annual pass grants full access. There's 3 releases that are coming out: Black Armory, Winter 2018, Joker's Wild, and what's this other one? Penumbra. I can't even pronounce it. But we don't even know. Like, I mean, they're DLC. They're not like stories where they're gonna feature like full cutscenes or anything like that. It's just downloadable content. We don't know how big that content's gonna be either. I guess my other question is, I mean, have they fixed the situation with the engrams? Like, is that stuff behind the paywall and everything?
I would know. I stopped playing.
Yeah, I stopped playing too.
Yeah,
That's what I was asking.
Man, I don't know.
No,
you know
I,
what? And
I can understand.
Corey Dillon in the chat says something that is very true. I'm gonna shout him out for saying it. He said Warframe shits all over everything Destiny tries to do. And outside the gunplay, because the gunplay is by far the best with Bungie and Destiny. They always got that on lock, and Warframe's gunplay can't compare.
No.
But the gameplay in Warframe is awesome, and it's a free game. It's a free game, and you know you can pay to get some content if you like, but you don't need to. You grind and get all that stuff. You don't have to pay for anything, and you can get everything.
Yeah. I think this is interesting. I mean, this is definitely a new. Like when you think of games like you brought up, God, what is it? Rainbow Six. What was the other game you brought up?
And the Division.
Yeah.
And I mean, like Rainbow Six, they actually thought about when they were going to do their season 3 pass of increasing the price to $60. They listened to their community that backlashed against that, kept the game's price still at $30. So you can get, if you just wanted to jump into Siege, you can just pay the $30 price, get all the operators for seasons 1 and 2, and then also go for that season 3 content. I mean, like it's reasonable. It's reasonable pricing and not price gouging your community, your customers. I mean, in Destiny 1, I checked it today. I got in Destiny 1 I have 1,466 hours. Played the game pretty much for 2.5 years. With Destiny 2, just 91. I was shocked. I only had 91 hours in the game. And I mean, I think it just kind of goes to my disappointment as a Destiny fan, as someone who really enjoyed the first game, that the second game was not even the first game. And then now they're just trying to get it to that point, and I gotta pay. So I had to pay money for an incomplete game, and now you want me to pay even more money to play the complete game. Nah, I'm not down for it. And it's for me, like, it's just when I stopped, it was because of the whole controversy that came out with the experience points. That they would actually cheat gamers to try to convince you to buy more engrams in the Eververse. I was like, oh no.
What I don't understand, right, is it's like all this bad news comes out about what the devs are doing to the game, and it's like every update that we have, I would see people upset because they would break something else. And it's just kind of like, there are still so many people who will defend this game and fight tooth and nail for it, and defend practices and be like, no, it's fine, when it's not fine. Like I said on Twitter, you can be excited for a game and still acknowledge that what they're doing is shitty.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, or you can enjoy a game and admit that there's parts of that game that are broken.
Yeah.
That don't work well. Yeah, this is interesting. I look, I got off Destiny months ago after Osiris and that whole
Osiris was trash, and so
it was just garbage.
Warframe? Is that what it's called? I don't even know.
Yeah, Warframe's been around since 2013. It's
sorry, Warmind, whatever that.
Oh, you're talking about Warmind? Oh,
yeah.
I didn't even go back to Warmind.
My question is, are you required to play through all those, or you just have to have all those?
You just gotta have them.
That's crazy.
You don't have to play them; you have to have them.
Yeah, one of my mutuals came to me and said it's like, well, unfortunately, you have to have it because some of the missions in Foresaken are going to take place on the new planets. And I'm like, well, I mean, it didn't have to be like that. They could have made new planets, it didn't have to be those 2 specific planets. I don't know. I've just been hearing a lot of, honestly, my like feed blew up because I posted about Destiny 2.
I saw you broke down the pricing or something.
Yeah, and a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people are like, well, if you break it down, it's actually this much per hour and this much per day, and I'm like, that's not. Some people don't want to spend that much money, dude. Sorry, but that's 2 full games plus like a little indie. Some people would rather spend their money on better games.
That's what I was saying earlier. I think it comes down to like each individual as a consumer. Like some people are going to be okay with the whole, value per dollar valuation thing, and others are going to look at it like you said, Luca. Like, well, wait a minute, this is like 3 or 4 games or whatever. That's how I look at it. At least, like, there's so much content that's dropping out right now. One, I probably wouldn't have time to really dig deep into Destiny, and 2, I could take some of that money and spend it on some other stuff.
Yeah, I tell you, and I 100% believe this. There are people in the Destiny community, and I'm not criticizing them, but I just kind of know that this is their mindset. If Foresaken was $100, they would complain about why it costs so much, but they would still buy it and still play it.
And that's how it is for a lot of people. Because I remember when Destiny 2 was first like announced and it was all coming out and stuff, so many people on my timeline were bitching, complaining, like, I'm not gonna buy this, whatever, right? And then literally picked it up like within that week. And I retweeted a post from it last year.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was funny because I was looking through my tweets and stuff, like my really old tweets, and I was like, oh, that's funny because this is definitely the case. It's kind of like how people were bitching and complaining and saying they were going to boycott Kanye's new album, yet that shit was charting. You know what I mean? It's weird to me. And it's like the same thing as people bitching and complaining about Call of Duty, yet still buy it every year. It does not make any sense. If you have an issue with something, speak with your wallet. That's the only way they're going to listen.
No doubt. B Money, Eric, you guys have any thoughts on this?
Unlike Slow Mo, I didn't have to worry about buying everything over again. So I'm all about Forsaken. When it drops, I'll pay the $35, wherever it is. Like, all those updates are stuff that I wanted from the original game. Like, if you guys remember, I was the first one to ask if Destiny 2 was dead. Yep. And you guys were like, no, it ain't dead. It ain't dead. And like literally 3 weeks later, it was dead. Like, nobody was playing shit.
I'm gonna drop.
We were wrong.
Drop kick Fonz and all day for getting me into that game because they left. They ran away. They were like, "Nah, this is trash." Bye, Luca. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Luca. I mean, Luca. It had like a month where it was hot.
Yeah, man.
It was hot for a minute.
I'm talking about 2-platform double dip hot.
Yeah. we were on PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, like B said, is it dead? I'm like, nah, I think it was like, no lie.
Damn, you know what? I think if there were some people that were dedicated to it, I might go back. I'm not gonna even lie.
I'm gonna go back just to play the PvP. Like, all the story content and stuff like that is not like huge for me. But like to have the weapon progression on there was a big deal. A lot of the like new supers and stuff look pretty cool. So I'll play just for that. Like, I just want to get on there and wreck people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I play Destiny for, to be honest.
Yeah. We've had some good times on PvP for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun. It is fun. It's just kind of like that's why people keep coming back, because it is fun. But it's just like, man, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's fun. Like Slow Mo said, I mean, the gunplay, and we've all talked about this before. The gunplay is like, there's nothing that compares to, the gunplay in Destiny. I almost said Hate. But I don't know if I'm willing to kick that kind of dough out and be forced to have to buy like those other DLCs just to get to that one. I don't know if I'm about that life.
So you didn't pick up Osiris then? You're still missing.
Well, Osiris came with my. I picked up the Destiny bundle PS4 Pro, so I have it. I do have that one.
You just don't have You don't have Warmind.
I don't have Warmind, and I don't know if I'm willing to buy Warmind just to get to that. Plus, I mean, you guys are probably going to be rocking it on Xbox One. I don't have any of the DLCs on that.
I'm rocking on Xbox One, man.
Yeah, Gold Chain Gamer. So yeah. So I don't know. I don't.
Like that Warmind and Curse of Osiris expansion. I don't know, Warmind's a little bit better, but Curse of Osiris is like worth 50 cents and Warmind's worth like $2. Like, it's
$2.
bad, man. Like, I remember playing through Crucible Osiris with a couple of my friends, and I was ranting as we were running through it. I was like, thank God I didn't spend any fucking money on this trash. Like, this is garbage. What the fuck is this? I can't believe it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm good. I'll come back later.
You know what's crazy? They had this big summit with like the Destiny community, because Lord Cognito was talking about this on ILP. Or was it ILP? Was it one of the braps that we did on a Saturday night with Jay Fonz? Shit, I can't remember. But they had this like big, like this big summit with like, Destiny fans and like, what the fans wanted to see in terms of changes. I can't imagine though that they talked about this pricing though with some of the Destiny fans. I feel like this. It's.
Well, they're good. They're good for like yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're good for like that, almost like a domestic abuse relationship. Like you get into a fight and you're always apologizing.
Do you guys think that is like Bungie behind like this pricing, or is it Activision?
I think it's Bungie, man. I think that I think in part too, it's probably expensive for them to. I mean, consider how big they are. The studio is now. It's probably expensive for them to put out these big DLCs as content and try to keep it fresh.
Well, I think it's a combination. I think it's a combination. It's kind of the same thing. Activision does the same thing that EA does when they say, well, you don't force them to implement loot boxes and microtransactions, but what they aren't saying is that they enforce a contract with revenue goals for certain time periods, knowing that the only way a game 2 years out of its launch is going to be reached a specific revenue goal they made that's unrealistic is if they implement loot boxes and microtransactions. They know the deal. It's like it's politicking. I'm saying, I didn't tell them to do that, but I gave them no choice. Moo-ha-ha, evil ass. And that's how they roll, but which is I find interesting is that people still have this view of Bungie. Like when the Eververse came out, it was like, oh, Activision is doing this, and it came to find out Bungie actually suggested that. And so it's like, this is not the Bungie that you grew up with. The majority of the people who work at Bungie right now did not work on Halo. Those aren't the same people. Like, I mean, some of them are still the same people, but the majority of them are not those guys anymore. They left, which is interesting because when they left Microsoft, they had a big party and they were like, freedom. And then now they if you're following the news of Bungie and they're trying to get this other IP out that's not Destiny through a different publisher, and now they trying to get freedom from Activision. So it kind of comes full circle, and it's not even it's not the same Bungie that you grew up with. I think the only thing that's left of that old Bungie is the gunplay.
Yeah,
I still love.
As long as they keep that, that's all that matters.
Yeah, and the reason why even though I won't spend another dime on Destiny 2, if you guys are like, hey, we doing some Crucible, I'm in.
Yeah, that would be the thing for me. Like if I could get like a group of people that are committed, like, hey, we're gonna do raids and we're gonna do Crucible PvP.
Enrique, you said you were gonna play Halo with us. Where have you been?
I know. I've been busy with just work and stuff. I haven't had a whole lot of time to game. I just wrapped up Detroit. Try to go back to what's it called? Because you said I was slow, Luca. Try to go back to Bloodborne. So Luca's like, why are you so slow? Why does it take you so long to beat Bloodborne? But yeah, I mean, I think if I had a dedicated group, I'd probably go back and play it and pick it up, because I've picked up the only DLC I haven't picked up is the Warmind. So
yeah, y'all should just wait for that ish to be super cheap because it's not worth it.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like you do that wait, and then that community is gone again.
Yeah,
that seems to be the thing with like Destiny. It's like, you know, you got to hit while it's like everybody's in there.
Yeah. By the way, Arlo78 says Jason Jones is still with Bungie. He is. Jason Jones is like the equivalent of Neil Druckmann for Naughty Dog. I mean, Jason Jones is the dude. He basically saved Halo 2, more or less. So, interesting story behind that, but I won't get into that. Someone in the live chat said I was talking about the summit they had. I forget who it was. Someone said it was like a summit for those people who are addicted to crack to figure out how to make crack better or something. So, I don't know about that, but yeah, this is going to be interesting. We'll see. You know, obviously we're going to find out more at E3. So, you know, maybe with some of the stuff they reveal at E3, maybe it makes more sense. Maybe it doesn't after E3. Who knows? You know, but we'll find out. You know, we'll find out what Bungie has in store for us. So, any other thoughts on Destiny 2 before we move on?
Yeah. Good luck and Godspeed, because as far as I'm concerned, I feel like this seems to be like a pattern, right? They come out with the base game is lacking content, bare as hell, and then like a year later or 2 years, I don't know how long it took for that. What the fuck was that expansion called that fixed the game?
The Taken King?
Yeah, the Taken King. That came out. Everyone was happy with Destiny again. And
yes.
Destiny 2 comes out. Same BS. They take stuff away. Then it's like they announce something. It's like, we're giving you this back. And we're going to fix everything. And then it's probably going to be the same for Destiny 3. It's going to be the same BS. People are going to be like, I'm not getting it. They're going to get it. They're going to play it. It's going to drop off. They're going to be angry. Bungie's going to be like, actually, here you go. Here's the real game. Sorry. People are going to be like, okay, forgiven. And it's just like this cycle.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying, Luke. It's like they do that, and then people piss, and then they apologize, and it's like a bad relationship.
I mean, it's pretty bad, man.
I'm sorry, baby. I'll never do it again.
Yeah, you know,
I'll never give you an incomplete game again.
I promise
you. Don't leave. Just keep buying my expansions, baby.
I don't have any issues with anyone who like spends their money on the game. Who cares? Spend the money how you want. But I'm always one who says that you need to acknowledge the faults of these corporations and you need to hold them responsible. You know,
yeah.
I get a lot of shit for this, but I don't care about developers' feelings. Like, I really don't. If they're giving me a crap product, I'm not going to be like, like the developers are really like stressed out and working out. Like, I don't care. That's what they signed up for. It's what they're paid for. It's their job. You know, like it's damn.
To disrespect them.
I'm just saying, man. But like, it sucks to suck, man. That's all I gotta say. If I'm at work and I don't fucking deliver, I'm canned, man. Like,
you get fired.
I'm out.
Luke, yeah. You know the one I like is when you go in on them.
Luke, I'll convince
like, Luke, you can say what you have to say, but you don't have to be disrespectful to them.
Like, and it's baffling because you don't actually know these developers. It's like, yeah, these developers, it's like a blanket term to encompass a whole body of people. They got
feelings too, Luca.
I don't care. I don't. I'm the consumer. I'm buying your shitty product. I'm angry about it. I'm going to speak about it. I don't care about your feelings.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. Like, if your freaking car breaks down, like, are you gonna say, like, the car broke down, but really you got to think about the feelings of the people who put your car together. Like, maybe they were really stressed that day, and that's why they didn't include the fucking engine. I mean, it's fine, Luca. Let it go. You got to think about these developers. I'm like, God, I don't care. Like, I don't care.
Like, dang it, I shouldn't have bought a GM vehicle.
Hey, whoever brought up it's like a dysfunctional relationship. It really is. It's like it's almost like Ike and Tina in a way. It's just very dysfunctional. And you know, here we are talking about Destiny, and I'm thinking to myself, as Slow-Mo brings up some valid points about the pricing, I'm thinking like, oh, maybe I could go back if they start bringing back some of these things from Destiny 1 if I had a group of people that I could play with. So, what is Chris Jones? Chris Jones is back. He said if somebody has to be sexually harassed for me to enjoy a masterpiece like Detroit, I'm okay with it.
Jesus Christ, man.
Oh my God. Hey, look, Chris, they could still have made the exact same game without the sexual harassment. That's what people are talking about. Like, you don't need to sexually harass your employees to make that game.
So, I mean, you really don't have to say it. This is common sense. Clearly, this guy is nuts. So that's like could be the end of it, like.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah,
that's your boy. That's your boy, Slow-Mo.
How's that my boy?
Because he always comes in. Because he didn't jump into the to the Brab chat until you joined us, man.
Oh well.
Anyhow, so all right, so we'll move on from Destiny 2. So real quick, guys, E3 kicks off this weekend. What is everyone excited about for E3?
Cyberpunk 2077.
Facts.
Yep.
Let go.
That's pretty much it for me, to be honest with you guys.
Not
being serious.
I'm good.
Cyberpunk, I'm good.
The next From Software game. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I also want to see Anthem gameplay. I'm really excited about that.
Garbage.
Stop.
That game's gonna be garbage.
Trashity trash.
You watch. It's gonna be garbage.
L.
Don't let rain on your parade, Slow-Mo. I'm right there with you, man. I want to see the Anthem.
Hey, Luca, keep your receipts.
The Last of Us 2.
Slow-Mo, it's scientific. There's a science to this, man. When people say the killer of something, it just don't work out.
That's what I'm saying. When people started saying, "Oh, this is the Destiny killer," I'm like, "You guys fucked it up for everyone."
No, I saw somebody tweet. Real talk. Somebody tweeted.
They don't even say that anymore because Destiny has already killed itself.
I told y'all Destiny was dead last year, man. Y'all didn't want to listen.
No, but that was the tweet I saw. They're like, "Who knew that the Destiny killer would be Destiny?"
So Anthem can just be itself, just be its own self. Just let it, let your hair down and let it swing, and you do your thing. You ain't gotta worry about trying to take out a game that don't have a community anyway.
Anthem, take your time, get ready for the party. You ain't got to rush to get
in. I want to ask you on the live chat if they think that Anthem's going to be the true Destiny killer. Let us know in the live chat what you guys think. Give us a yes or no. I'm interested.
I'm also interested in what the heck Death Stranding is.
Oh yeah, all day called me. So he's like, "Bro, I'm so excited," and he started explaining it to me, and I'm like, "Dude,
what is he all excited about?"
I don't know what he was saying to me. It didn't make any sense. It sounded like some crazy shit. I mean, it sounded like a Kojima stuff. So I was like, you know what? Let's just wait. I'm like, I'm gonna wait till I see a trailer. I'm still not gonna understand. But he sent me this article with paragraphs full of text. I already told him, I'm like, dude, I don't like to read. So what are we doing here?
Dude, Sam broke it down for us what the game is about.
Yeah, he went in depth.
I couldn't
even do it justice to try to explain it. But no, I mean, I'm clowning, but no, I definitely want to see more of Anthem. But
it's garbage.
Real talk. I was watching that first reveal of The Last of Us 2, that trailer. Not the first reveal, but the first teaser trailer that we saw a couple of years ago, and that got me hyped again to see more Last of Us 2.
Nobody's talking about Ghost of Tsushima.
What? Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely up there for me.
That's up there for me, man.
Yes, sir.
I also want to see Borderlands 3. I know some people, there's been a lot of talk. It won't be there, but I think it's going to be there, and I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
Wait, B, are you saying it's not going to be there because you may or may not heard something?
I'm just saying it ain't going to be there, man.
For Borderlands 3?
Don't get your hopes up. That's what I'm saying.
Look, because Pitchford said it's not going to be there, to me that means it's going to be there. So that guy, he can't. If he says good morning, he would tell you 2 lies in just those 2 words alone. So I don't believe nothing that guy's got.
Manny afternoon.
Manny goes to Tsushima. He put sushi rolls. Sashimi. You get it?
Yeah.
Slow-mo.
I definitely want to see what Bethesda's going to talk about.
Yeah, like I feel like Bethesda's been quiet, like too quiet.
Bethesda's trash.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
As long as they have a good show like their their 2016 show, I think it was. I think they'll be fine. They said it's gonna be the longest show, so it's gonna be interesting to see what they actually show.
They're only trash when they talk about Fallout.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a bunch of that Fallout 76 shit that nobody cares about.
Isn't Square Enix supposed to be doing their own show too?
Yes.
They're supposed to be first before Microsoft, right? That's what I heard. I heard they'd be going before Microsoft on Sunday. That's what I heard.
I thought their show was on. It could be on Sunday. Let me double check.
I really hope they show the Crystal Dynamics Avengers game. I would really like to see what that looks like.
Talk slow mo.
It's gonna be garbage.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they confirmed it.
It's not trying to be edgy.
I'm just going to agree with everything Enrique said.
Hey, Enrique, next year,
okay.
Enrique, next year we're going to E3 with T-shirts that say "garbage," just like an arrow pointing like like out. Stare next to the booth, take that selfie. Garbage.
Sam in the chat said Square is going after almost everyone. Cool. So it may
there's on Monday,
but late Monday. That's cool. Just as long as I get to see Avengers, that's all I care about.
I don't think that's going to be there, man.
Well, I mean, show me a trailer. Show me, give me an idea what the gameplay is going to be like. That's what I want. I mean, if you're going to do a show, you're going to have to bring some content. And I mean, we know Final Fantasy VII remake and where that is. So, like, I don't know what they plan on bringing, but like, show me something from the Avengers.
Hey, big shout out to Ryan Landis. Says EA conference will be pay-per-view.
I don't know, man. The way Bungie going with that division, that might be pay-per-view.
Yeah. Hey guys, what about Spider-Man? I mean, we haven't talked about Spider-Man.
That's day one, regardless.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting that day one.
Yeah. I'm actually at this point. I mean, I've seen enough of Spider-Man, so I mean, I don't know if they're gonna do the deep dive, but
only thing they could do to show me anything that would surprise me would be is if Miles Morales was playable as Spider-Man.
I think that's definitely happening, man. I'm talking to Sam about this. I think there's a little bit of close to the vest bait and I won't say bait and switch, like definitely play Spider-Man, but I think there's a little bit more to that game than they're letting on.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if you saw Miles Morales in the game, but I don't know about him being playable.
They already showed him.
They showed him.
Yeah, they definitely showed him, and last year at the when they did E3 last year. So, but I don't know about playable in the game. I mean, it wouldn't. I mean, I'm not saying this is not happening, but I just don't.
I think you're gonna play as multiple characters. To be honest with you, not just Spider-Man.
Well, you do get to play as multiple characters, though. Right?
Well, I know. Yeah, I know Mary Jane's playable, but I'm saying based off of that, I think there's going to be other like heroes, maybe even villains that you get to play as in some segments of the game for certain reasons.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like some heroes like Silk. Silk is a recent Spider hero who's really really cool. I like her. I mean, it'll be great if she's in the game. Someone mentioned Sam mentioned Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen. Nice. I said I wouldn't even far as to say like being that Wilson Fisk is in it, Kingpin. I think maybe even Daredevil might make a cameo.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
But you think about how he traverses around the city. It will be pretty similar to Spider-Man.
I'd love to see a Daredevil like standalone game.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice because it definitely would have to have like a darker tone to it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I just thought about what if they did kind of like how like an alternative Avengers game where
that sounds like garbage.
Stop it! Like like the Avengers that aren't in the movies, like Luke Cage. Well, they're getting Captain Marvel now, but Wolverine's also an Avenger.
Wolverine, yeah.
But just some of the other guys that are Avengers. Luke, like a lot of the people who are in the Defenders for Netflix, but then like when you play as them, like the gameplay is completely different. per character based upon like their powers. So for like Luke Cage, you know, he's pretty much almost invincible. So I mean, you know, like it would be destructible environments and you'd be able to take a lot of damage. So maybe it'd be like a lot of bullets being shot at you and all that. But then say if you're playing Spider-Man, who's also an Avenger, then the gameplay completely switches up. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, maybe that's what Crystal Dynamics has got in store. But
hey, I mean,
yeah, because I read something about the Crystal Dynamics thing, and they were saying that it's going to play a little bit kind of how like Final Fantasy 15 plays.
Mm-hmm.
You have like
Really?
characters. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, think about how crazy it could be to like play as Ant-Man in a game.
Yeah, that'd be wild. Change different sizes.
Yeah, like the world completely like changes as you know. That would be that'd be interesting. After like Infinity War, it's like Scarlet Witch is no joke either.
Damn, savage. Airless said the screen would be black for Daredevil game.
Oh my god,
savage, man. Jeez.
Wow.
Oh, he ain't even right, man.
That's like,
oh man,
that is terrible.
So mean. But hey, look, to pick up off of that, I mean, like, what if the screen was all black and then like you would like hit a button to do his like sonar echo thing, where you would see the outline of everything, and then you can kind of traverse through the world in like that wavy gray.
I feel like that should be like an option. You play in third person, then you can play like first person like that if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to play it like that in first person like that. Now, if they incorporate like an option to do that, I think that'd be okay. But I mean, that's just too. I mean, it'd be kind of hard to make out like enemies and stuff. I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah, I talked to someone on Twitter once. He mentioned like a Doctor Strange game, like a full on like RPG, like The Witcher.
Oh man, I love that.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah, that would be cool.
Hey, last gen, did you guys ever play those X-Men and Avengers, like those Marvel games where you would have like all the heroes?
Ultimate Alliance,
like that top down
and Legends.
Yeah, man, I love
garbage.
Stop it, Enrique. Those games were awesome, like, and then like you could get them together. And like you would, if you would do like your ultimate move or someone else's ultimate move, they would like combine and do some crazy off the wall stuff. And then you would get like they did like the true Civil War storyline, and you would see like all these like they would get like really deep into the comic lore. They pull out some of these villains.
Mm-hmm.
I love those games. Like if they can be able to take that and put it into a current gen visuals with current gen engines and that similar gameplay, that'll be a day one buy for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'd be pretty. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
You just said it was garbage.
Yeah,
it's like that Wolverine game from last year, the Wolverine Origins.
Oh yeah, that
game actually wasn't bad, man. It actually wasn't bad, man. Like I mean, it was pretty cool because I mean, when you took damage, like you see like his flesh ripping off and stuff, and it's like his skeleton would be showing through.
Oh shit!
But it was bloody and visceral. Like it wasn't like some kiddie movie like tie-in or whatever. Like you were chopping dudes' heads off and paling them and stuff. It was like a real Wolverine game.
I never played that.
It was actually pretty good.
It was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I definitely missed that one. I'll have to check that out. OBJ Don says, I'm interested to see how Rocksteady can make a Superman game. So is that finally coming? Are we finally going to see that at E3, you think?
Well, I mean, it's still speculated that they're doing Superman, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
If it is Superman, are you guys interested in Superman game?
Not really.
The question always is like, how do you do that? How do you make him, I mean, he's OP as hell.
Yeah, how do you make it compelling?
You make it fly.
There aren't too many villains that can really hurt the dude, and I mean, like, what will you be doing? Just like, please, make it across Metropolis before this bomb blows, because really, it's not about like you're gonna die, but people will look at you like you're a pretty sucky superhero
Nah, dude.
because you don't save anyone. But I mean, other than that, like I don't understand what would make it interesting. But it's Rocksteady, and they,
well, I mean, kryptonite. I mean, that's the obvious. You know, you get Lex Luthor out there. He makes a big chain of kryptonite that hangs around his neck. You know, and there you have it.
Yeah, but I mean, kryptonite robots.
Yeah, kryptonite robots.
And these ideas aren't like making me very excited. Kryptonite robots. Like, how in the world is there so much kryptonite on Earth? It's not even natural to Earth.
Come on, man! It fell from the sky.
Yeah, shout out to Demi.
Apparently, it falls like rain.
Yeah, shout out to Demi. Demi put out there. He said like Green Arrow could be dope. Like,
yeah, that'd be nice.
Because superhero games that ain't OP, man.
Yeah, because after playing First Light, Infamous First Light, I was kind of like, man, I would really like to see a Flash game.
Yeah, I can see that. I kind of thought the same thing when I was playing. What's the Rockstar game? Not Rockstar game. Remedy game. Quantum Break. Yeah, I kind of thought of that too when I was playing that game. You kind of like, do like those dash moves.
Yeah. The powers in Quantum Break. Good.
Sam said he hopes we don't see a Superman game because we'll never hear the end of it from Cal.
Yeah, we won't.
Oh, I mean, Cal's most anticipated game ever.
Y'all be visiting Cal in the hospital if they announced that game, man. Cal just collapsed. Like, I'm done.
Yeah, he would. So, all right, guys. So, real quick before we wrap up the show, what's everyone's number one game they want to see that we know, a game that's been announced already, that we know is going to be there? So, why don't we start with? Go ahead, B-Money.
Ghost of Tsushima. That's my number one game. Like, I know Cyberpunk is my most anticipated game ever, but I kind of know what I'm gonna get from that. You know what I mean? The CD Projekt Red. They're one of the best devs out there.
Facts. So to see Sucker Punch kind of go in a different direction, man. They're not doing Infamous. They're not doing Slides. Something totally different. I want to see what the game is about. So that's probably my number one game. All right, cool. Luca, what about you?
Cyberpunk.
Nice.
Yes, I love CD Projekt Red, and I love The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 is the best game I've ever played. Okay, it's not my favorite game of all time. That would be Mass Effect 2, but The Witcher 3 is amazing. And
Luca, those are two solid picks, by the way.
Facts, man. Great. Great.
Solid picks.
So I'm excited to see what they have. I've been excited for maybe like a year now. I know that there's a ton of people who've been waiting like so much longer ever since they released that still image in 2013. So I'm so hyped for that. Like, I've been waiting for some Cyberpunk news.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm really that's my like number one pick right there. And other than that, like whatever From Software's doing.
Nice. Yeah, From is they definitely teased us. So I'm interested to see what they have too. Slow-Mo, what about you, man?
You know, I would say Cyberpunk, but I'm gonna say The Division 2.
Garbage.
That's what I'm really
what do you Division 2?
What do you think they're gonna do different?
I have no idea. That's why I'm so interested in it.
I said games we know that are coming out, Slow-Mo.
We know it's coming out. They announced it like in March that it would be at E3, and they were already working on it. It's coming out between now and like next February. So I'm thinking probably actually like maybe November. But yeah,
Slow-Mo, you're getting booed in the live chat, man.
Man, look, Division haters. I don't care about you guys. I love the game. I actually may have put more hours in that game than I did Destiny 1. So the game's awesome. People should come back and actually, check it out and see how pretty good it is now. But yeah, I mean that I really only kind of mentioned it because it hasn't been mentioned yet, but it's a game I'm interested in seeing. Probably Cyberpunk is actually a little bit more a little bit more of interest for me. But yeah.
All right, cool, man. No, I'll just give you a hard time, man. I mean, I'm also, it's Division 2. If they show that, I'm interested to see how that pans out. So
yeah.
What about you?
I want to know what city they changed to, because I don't think it's going to be in New York again. I think they're going to do a different city. I would love it to be like Washington, D.C.
DC would be cool, wouldn't it?
From this area, so that'd be great.
DC would be cool. That would be cool. More bullet sponge hobos. Oh my god.
And see, this is what I'm talking about. Like when people need to come back to a game and check a game out.
Yeah.
The hobos aren't bullet sponges no more,
They
man.
used to be.
How many shots now, Slow-mo?
Like two, 3.
What?
No.
Man, look. With my builds, shoot, it's like one bullet, man.
He said with my build though. You're saying with your build, which means that your special build.
Well, no, I mean like I've min maxed like my character.
Sounds like you're damage controlling now.
I'm not. Look, that's what I'm telling people. Just play the game, Then you'll know for certain. It's like for him to say, more bullet sponge hobos. That's like me talking about like Destiny 1, saying, man, that Destiny 1 didn't have no content.
All right.
Yeah, that'll be based off of like the first 2 months of Destiny 1.
Hey man, the first impression is what sticks with people.
That's true.
That's true.
But they can't pretend like that's reality for the game 3 years later. Just because you didn't go back to it doesn't mean you know what's going on with it.
I mean, I'm just saying, man, like devs have for the majority of consumers, they have one chance to make a good impression, and once that chance is over, it's done. Like I'm sure, like even a year from now, there's still going to be people saying that State of Decay 2 is buggy when it's not. So it is what it is.
All right. What about you, Mr. Jackson?
I'm hyped for whatever gets announced for BC backwards compatibility.
Jesus, man.
Yo, E telling them jokes tonight, boy.
Yeah, is that how we ended the show? E?
I'm just saying. Oh no,
that did get the biggest pop last year.
Yeah, shout out to Cognito. Cog said, "Man, he said the applause was thunderous." He was looking around like, "What happened?"
Cognito, he woke up. He's whoa, what's going on?
He's like, "What?" No, for real. I'm with B. Ghost of Tsushima, because I mean, this is the first like outside of an infamous game that Cyberpunk is working on. So this is what we talked about like earlier in the show, letting a dev kind of break outside of what they usually do, see something new. And that's always exciting to me. So I definitely want to see more of that, because everything else, I mean, I'm hyped to see like The Last of Us 2. But we kind of know at this point, like, kind of where that's what we're going to get from that. That should be something special. We know Naughty Dog's pedigree. So Cyberpunk for sure. And I say again, I mean, I definitely, whatever this unannounced thing that Bethesda's working on, I'm down with Bethesda because they're looking out for the single player gamer. So I rise with them. I fucks with them.
All right, cool, man. All right, for me, it's a close tie between The Last of Us 2 and Cyberpunk. Those would be my most anticipated.
Be original, Enrique. Jesus.
Yeah, I was watching Blade Runner this past weekend, and it just made me think of Cyberpunk. And
the new one, the OG,
the new one.
Okay.
Yeah. But The Last of Us 2, I mean, it's still, The Last of Us for me is just one of those games that just really, I mean, you and I've talked about the opening of that game a million times.
Yeah, just epic.
Yeah, and I feel like they're, with the one thing with Sony's first party, they kind of compete against each other, and so Naughty Dog's bringing out the goods. So I'm just really, really interested to see what, how this is going to pan out. So
I'm telling you, man, you want to get hyped? Go back and watch that that initial reveal with Ellie singing the song, playing the guitar. Yeah. And then Bethesda. I mean, I'm definitely Bethesda's really piqued my interest. They're kind of quiet. I know that Pete Hines has said that he's really excited about this year's E3. So we'll see, man. We'll see. It's gonna be. I think Bethesda's gonna put on a good show. OBJ the Dog said, "Give him that Knack 3."
Jesus.
Hey, would you put it past him to do that though?
Nope.
No, I wouldn't.
Not at all.
Mark Cerny's got so much like political clout inside Sony right now. He could do no wrong. He could probably have Knack 4 if he wanted to.
Yeah, Knack 3 might be a VR game.
Yeah, right. Yeah. OBJ the Don says The Last of Us 2 will cure cancer and rid the world of poverty.
Hey,
I hear that, man. Oh my goodness. Ryan Landis, this is for you. This podcast has been brought to you by Boar's Head Meats. You can find Boar's Head at your local deli. So, oh my goodness. All right. So, yeah, gentlemen, I cannot wait for E3. You know what's crazy? I'm probably going to end up missing Microsoft's E3 press conference because I'm going to be out of town. So, yeah, that kind of sucks, but whatever. I'll catch the rest.
Calling sick.
No, I can't, man. I'm going out of town, man.
Calling sick.
No, I can't, man. We're going on a trip for the weekend, so I can't call out sick. So
start right now with your wife like.
Oh, good, baby.
I feel something coming on.
Yeah.
E3 food.
I got E3. It's this new virus.
You might get away with that one, man.
Yeah.
So where you going out of town?
We're taking the kids out to Pennsylvania for the weekend.
Are you going to have internet access?
Yeah. I mean, I'll have internet access, but I can't. Probably be.
He doesn't have internet access with his wife standing right next to him, like.
Yeah, what the hell are you doing?
Look, I would be. I mean, depending on where I would go, as long as I got internet access, man, I will be on one of them streams on YouTube with my phone watching this stuff. So I would still see either YouTube or that crappy Mixer app or whatever, man. Whatever I can watch it on, I'm watching it.
Yeah, I'll probably just read the reactions on Twitter. That will
that'll let you know how it's going.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, but all right, everyone. Well, that's our show for this evening. Luca, great having you back on as always.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
No doubt. And thank you for letting us borrow your son for Brad.
Oh yeah, obviously, like when he told me that you asked him to be on, I was like, clearly my children are going places.
Man, slow mo. I swear, man, they keep using some gosh or something.
Oh my god!
Gosh, with the kids, man.
With the shoes with stride right.
Yeah, stride right joints with the kids.
Oh my goodness! Luca, you've done a fine job raising this one. So,
right, man.
Yeah,
right.
Hey, big shout out to OBJ the Don. That's right, man. Go Caps. We're gonna Stanley Cup home tomorrow night.
They made it, huh?
They're up 3-1 right now.
Wow. Right.
Yeah, we're not gonna digress.
Yeah, don't jinx it because they've been up 3-1 before. So.
Like my Blackhawks a couple years ago.
Yep. So, Slow-mo, man, always a pleasure having you on, man.
Absolutely, man. I love showing up. I love being there, man. It's always a good time.
Yeah. Always a pleasure.
No doubt. Always happy to be here. I have one question for Pete before we go. Is Tristan Thompson Roy Hibbert for the Cavs?
Yeah, man.
Pretty much, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
He's a big old garbage can.
He is
with some sneakers on.
He is garbage. He needs to go. B Money, man. Always a pleasure, man. You Cavs gonna pull it out, man?
Nah, man, it's over.
I think so too, man.
Bron is out of there.
Yeah, he gonna find a new residence in the off season.
Los Angeles.
Yep, he gonna park.
He ain't going to the West Coast, man.
You think he's going to Philly?
No, because he wants his easy route to the finals.
That easy route, man. He's standing Eastern Conference.
He's going to Philly, man.
He's going to Philly.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be Philly, I think.
He's going to shock the world, go to DC, join the Wizards.
No, please.
The only way he stays in Cleveland is if they can sign CP3 in the offseason.
Or if they can somehow get Kawhi Leonard to join the team.
I don't see Kawhi doing
They got the 8th pick. They can trade it.
I don't think Kawhi wants to come to the Cavs, though.
Nah.
No one wants to go to Cleveland. I mean, this is why he couldn't get Dwayne Wade and Bosch there. Like, because they had came up with their idea that all during the Olympics they were going to play together when their contracts were up, but he couldn't convince them to go to Cleveland. That's why he had to go to Miami.
Right.
Yeah.
So, all right, everyone. Well, big shout out to everyone in the live chat. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us this evening. Hey, everyone, enjoy E3. Remember, it's all about the games. It's an exciting time of the year for gamers. So, definitely looking forward to all the big news that's going to be coming up the next week or so with regards to E3. We'll have a post E3 show next Wednesday, so definitely want to check that out. And other than that, everyone have a great rest of the week and weekend. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Bye.
Later.
Boar's Head.